Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video, aka Base Muslim, aka Blue Hefner, aka the one they like to hate. Or I should say the one that modern Western women love to hate, the one that simps love to hate, the one that panders love to hate, and the one that fake pro-black pan-Africanists love to hate as well. I'll add that into this. Now, um, I'll leave my link for my TikTok below the video, you know. But there was something that dawned on me, and it was, and this is a universal verse. This is a universal verse, okay? What I'm about to read, and let me go ahead and go to the verse real quick. I should have been ready for it earlier. Sorry about that, but let me go to the verse real quick and find it. Some things just dawn on me, and then when they dawn on me, you know, I'm just like, oh crap, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, like, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of this before? Or like, wow, this is a reminder. But let me read the verse. Just let me find it. Okay. Let me see. All right. All right. So the verse is as follow. Audu billahi minas shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. An laysa li insani illa ma sa'a. So what that basically translates to is that man will get whatever he strives for. So this is this is a heavy ton of bricks, okay? This is a heavy ton of bricks because let's look at it from a couple of perspectives. Let's look at it from the modern woman perspective, because when it comes to man, you know, that's just including all of mankind. Now let's look at it from modern women perspective, okay? What do modern women strive for? Unfortunately, chaos, confusion, corruption, the bag, which we will call it using, manipulating guys, being emotionally uncentered, you know, basically damaging good men. I even have a video of one even saying that she damages good men, and I can pull that up right now. Just give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up for you real quick. Let me find it. Here we go.
What happened?
Nothing happened. I was feeding someone at home and I cheated on my boyfriend. Their money, their car, their house,
Their energy, their motivation,
waste their time,
their pace.
waste their time. By the time we're done, they want to kill themselves.
Have you ever cheated?
So you hear that? You heard her say, by the time they're done, by the time we're done, they want to kill themselves. So with that being said, they have gotten what they wanted. They have strived for feminism. They've gotten their feminism. They've gotten their misandry. They've gotten all of the above from striving. Okay. But as a flip side of that, they're also now getting things that they deserve, meaning getting ghosted, getting pumped and dumped, becoming single mothers, having a bitterness towards men because that's what they put forth into the air, and as Allah said, man will only get what they strive for, basically. And so this is what they strive for, because if they strove for different, if they strove for actually decent stand-up guys who are on their square doing what they need to do, ambitious men who are actually moving and shaking, and ambitious men who maybe just need let's just say a boost, or let's just say a little bit of, like, maybe just a little bit of a jolt to get the ball rolling. You know what I mean? With that being said, they don't want that. Okay, they say, oh, where are all the good guys at? They say, oh, why aren't these guys approaching me? They say all of that, but the bottom line is, it's just a theme for them. Okay, at the end of the day, these women strove for two things, and they got those two things, but they weren't prepared for the consequences that came with those two things. They got feminism, super soldier style, and they got sexual liberation, my body, my choice, and decided that with that feminism, they were going to let the guys that they hate, or say they hate, and say that men ain't this and men ain't that, they decided to give them access to their bodies, and those guys decided that, it wasn't really worth that these women aren't worth the trouble, and so they just got what they wanted, and then they left. Right? They got all of that. This is what they wanted. They sought after it, and they got it. Now, how it relates to us. Now, it relates to us, and I'm talking about Muslims and non-Muslims alike. In terms of the guys that they sleep with, especially Keisha. I'm talking about Keisha mostly, but I'm also talking about Becky. I'm also talking about Ling Ling, and I'm also talking about Maria from this country. In terms of the guys they sleep with, they do sleep with the lower tier and lower caliber guys. We already know that. And the reason why they do that is for the simple fact that those guys probably turn them on sexually, meaning they have all the boxes checked, tattoos, rap sheets, and things of that nature that basically they enjoy. Now, those guys strive to be that, right? Because they strive to be that, it provides them with the results they seek, inadvertently or intentionally. And so they get these women, right? And there's no harm, no foul in them getting these women, okay? But what happens is that the women are beyond repair after they're done with those women, And so what happens is those women are, A, single mothers, B, on depressants, C, imbalanced pH, or D, all of the above. But that's what they strove for, right? Now, in terms of us, in terms of the ambitious men, the men who stay on their square, the men who actually want to keep masculinity alive, the men who want to do traditional manhood, the men who enjoy things like the great outdoors, men who enjoy, like, I guess you could say, things of that nature, scuba diving, in my case, boxing, in some other people's case, horseback riding. In other people's cases, maybe doing all types of hobbies, no matter what your hobby may be. In terms of men like that, who stay on their square, who do those things, who like cars, for example, who like to work on cars, those men, we have to take heed to those. We have to take heed to that message that man will only get what he strives for. Because in relation to us, if we strive to be with these women, knowing that there's not going to be any cooperation with them, then what are we going to expect? Okay? It's like we step into a fire and not expect to get burned. You know what I mean? That's the thing. So, the key word here is strive. Yes, the option is the option that I'm suggesting, and that many other men are suggesting in this circle, is the more difficult option. Okay? It's the more, that option requires more work. This option requires you to really put your head in the sand. This option really requires you to grind it out. This option requires you to be strong enough not to spend money on these Western women, not to date these Western women, but can actually build something else for yourself that does not involve them. Yes, it requires a lot of perseverance. I know sometimes you may experience doubt, you may experience fatigue, and all of the above in trying to complete this goal. But if you strive for it, then only good is going to come out of it. Because there's option A. You can strive to marry one of these Western women, Muslim and non-Muslim included, and you may have a good intention, but since what she's striving for is not aligning with what you're striving for, it's probably not going to work out, and heads are going to clash. Okay? And I know for a reason, I know for a lot of people, you don't want to have to, and I'm talking to Muslims mostly, you don't want to have to pay $100,000 dowry like these women are demanding. You don't want to have to pay a $50,000 dowry that these Western Muslim women are demanding, because usually attached to that $50,000 or $100,000 dowry, they are going to say basically, if it this is backup in case, just in case our marriage doesn't work out. So they're already planning an exit strategy when they say things like this. So, as I said before, the other option is very difficult, very challenging, but it may be very much worth it. And that option is to also keep in mind that I believe Allah said that the earth is spacious. And so with that being said, you can travel it. And I think that's an indication to us that we have to do that. So with that being said, utilize the passport, plan that trip, go where you are going to be able to fulfill your goals, meaning your family goals, because it's not going to happen in the West. You have too many things against you. You have child support against you. You have alimony against you. You have feminism against you. You have all these factors against you. You also have liberalism against you if you are a traditional Muslim man who wants to follow the Kitab and Sunnah to the best of his effect, or to the best of his abilities, I should say. So with that being said, we are going to have to strive, and it's going to be hard to do it, but we have to do it. because it's only getting worse in the West. I'll give you a few examples. There was one woman who actually said that she bites her boyfriend. And I mean, when I say bite, like take a chunk out of him type biting, when she's upset with him. So that's what I'm saying. And with that being said, just stay on your square and grind it out. I know it's hard, I know it's lonely, but you have to do it if what you're looking for is the ability to be that traditional Muslim man you want to be. Perhaps you want to marry 2, 3, 4 wives, and you have the money to, your money will go a long way in the country where you can marry 2, 3, or 4 wives, and you'll be able to take care of them equally while still having other money to go towards different things. It's very possible, but again, it takes striving. It takes a great deal of effort. One of the travelers, by the name of Ibn Battuta, Rahmatullah alayhi, even said the greatest risk equals the greatest reward. And so it is a risk going abroad. It is a risk doing that. But at the end of the day, I feel the reward is worth more than risk, you know. And so with that being said, definitely stay on your square. The message is still the same, and maybe I'm going to end all my videos with this message so the message can spread, and I'm going to include it in the hashtag, because even right now I'll go to a room in Clubhouse, and let's see what that room is about. Let's see. Yeah, right here.
From the other point of view,
I guess he doesn't want to talk, but the question was in the Clubhouse room, where on earth are quality women? Well, I can tell you where they are, brother. They're not in America, and to a lesser extent, they're not in Western Europe. But you know, there's still some traditional women in Western Europe. But in terms of UK, forget about that. That's out of the equation. UK is out of the equation, for sure. UK is definitely out of the equation. But just keep that Quran verse in mind when you're thinking about your next moves, that we'll only get what we strive for. And that's just a universal law that we need to follow and adhere to. And so with that being said, I'm going to say SYSMB, save yourself, Muslim brother. And I'm off until the next one. Fula signing out. Unjarama.